make homemade bread. It's so easy. For those of you who want the written recipe, this is it. You can screenshot it here. As you can see, this is a very well-loved recipe and it's very, very delicious. We're gonna start with this top blue portion because this is for the yeast. We're only gonna need a cup of warm water to make the yeast mixture, but because we want it to double in size, use one that's at least 2 cups big. We'll take 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast with 1 tablespoon of sugar. Give it a mix, to which we'll add 1 cup of warm water. Not too hot, not too cold. If it's too cold, the yeast won't rise. If it's too hot, it'll kill your yeast. So lukewarm, and a little warmer than that. We're gonna mix it again, and then we'll allow this to double in size while we do the rest. This is where I grab my biggest bowl. It is huge. We're gonna need 10 cups of flour. Now, should you weigh this out? Absolutely. Am I gonna do that? Absolutely not. 1, 10. Then we'll take half a cup of sugar, a tablespoon of salt, half a cup of oil, and this is where I grab my wooden spoon and mix it all in. Just keep mixing until everything's well incorporated and there aren't many large clumps of oil. As you can see, our yeast mixture has definitely doubled. Add that now. We're going to add an additional 1.5 to 2 cups of water, depending on how dry it is. I'll show you. Let's add this and see how it looks. I can already tell I'm going to need at least another half cup of water because it's not grabbing all the loose flour as quickly as I'd like it to. I'm going to add that extra half cup right now. Yeah, that's already looking much better along the sides here. See how it's picking it up along the sides? It's looking much better. And we're going to get it to just a shaggy enough point that everything's well worked in, and then we're going to stop. We're going to stop just right here because it's just shaggy enough that everything's well incorporated. We're going to let it sit so the gluten can, I don't know, glutenize. It's been about 10 minutes and we're going to go ahead and start kneading. I take my hand, a little cup shape like this, and I pick it up and I smush it down with my palm. You just repeat that over and over again until it's one solid unit. I want to show you that there's some on the bottom still. So I think I'm going to add maybe a tablespoon or 2 of water, and we'll see if that can get some of this up. It looks a lot better already on the bottom, but it's not all the way up. I'm just not going to add too much water to it and just do more elbow grease instead. I'm now at a point where I can easily pick it up, and I can feel it's one uniform piece. I continue to fold it into itself. I then grab a second large bowl, and then I will let this rise in a warm place for at least an hour. I like to let it rise in my oven with the light on because it's the warmest place in the house. It's been about 1 hour, and this is how our bread's looking. This recipe yields 4 loaves, so we're going to pull these out. And this is the most satisfying part to me, but you take it and you depuff the bread. You hear that? See, now it's much more dough looking. Take a knife and just cut it in half. I just eyeball it. You can weigh it out if you want, but again, just like the flour, I'm not doing all that. We'll cut that half into quarters. And now we're gonna either lightly oil or butter each bread pan. And now we shape them real easy. I just like to flatten it all out to a rectangular-ish shape, and then you roll it into itself, pinching where it meets. Then we let it rise in the oven yet again, one more time. After letting them rise for about 30 minutes the second time, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the oven on.